Hello everyone, welcome to my early morning routine. You can see here it's 5:30 a.m. I wanted to take you through an early morning of mine because I know a lot of us aspire to wake up really early, to have time for ourselves before our kids wake up, and that is super important, and you're going to see me doing various things in this video. But I also just want to preface this by saying that I do not wake up this early every morning. It's unsustainable, and I don't want you to think that when you see people online with these sort of perfected, polished morning routines that this is what they do every day. I mean, maybe, and if they do, good on them. But I personally cannot. I don't have this kind of energy all the time, and sometimes it is better to sleep in a little bit, wake up a little late. But anyway, let's get back to the routine. So this particular week I was on my own. My husband travels a lot for work, so he's usually gone, if not every week, every other week. And so it was even more important for me to have time for myself. And so I woke up, I decided, hey, I'm going to strip the sheets of my bed. Highest form of self-care, to give yourself fresh, clean linen, even if it's just me sleeping in the bed. So that's what I'm doing. And because I have this extra time in the morning, I can actually, take the time to do it. And now I'm wandering into the kitchen, getting things started. I've got a little furry friend over here that is always up for eating breakfast, no matter what the time is. So I got myself some water, I started boiling the kettle for some tea, and I started kind of packing away things that were drying overnight and getting her breakfast ready. That it is time to get lunch ready for the kids, because I tend to do this in the morning, and honestly this takes me like a good 20 minutes. I maybe need to come up with a better system, but I want to be able to give them food that's nutritious and has protein in it and will fill them up, and that's nut free and all the stuff that school requires and easy to chew and doesn't need to be reheated. So I feel like sometimes I need fresh ideas for lunch. So if you have good ideas that you like to give your kids for lunch and snack, let me know. I'm all ears. Doing this without any kids awake is really helpful because I can just kind of speed through it. And honestly, it's just nice to have that peace and quiet and that time to kind of think and just go throughout my day without being interrupted, I guess, while I'm making lunch and just trying to prep things for the day. Where possible, I try to use my own homemade products, bread products or whatever. So these are like whole wheat pitas that I made, and then I use those for the kids' lunch, and that makes me feel good that I know what they're eating. These also freeze really well, so I can always just whip one out when I need it. And I'm taking 5 seconds to just have a few cups of tea before I remember I needed to take out the compost for our garbage day. So we freeze all our compost so that it doesn't rot, and then on whatever day of the week we have to take it out for them to come and collect it. But I'm grateful that we have this compost service. But yeah, this is what I'm doing very early in the morning before everybody else is awake. We're back inside, and I'm going to finish taking off all the sheets from my bed and get the washing machine started. For me, I definitely have the most energy early in the morning. I'm sure that science backs that up, that your cortisol levels are highest kind of when you wake up. That's what makes you wake up. So I try and use that momentum that I have. Plus, I'm on a ticking time clock, waiting for my kids to wake up. I know they're going to wake up soon. So the more that I can get done while they're sleeping and while I'm not disturbed, the quicker and easier it's going to be. And it's just going to make me feel so good. I did a video last week about things you can do for your future self, and it kind of ties into this idea, like when you have the momentum, I guess the motivation, but also the discipline and habit to get things going, then you should just capitalize on it. All right, so as you could see, it is 6 a.m. and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna fit in a little workout. Now, previous Julie would never do this kind of thing, so I'm really proud of myself for fitting in a workout before they wake up. And this morning I decided I was going to do something kind of gentle, just like a yoga flow 20-minute type of thing to just kind of help me wake up. So that's what I'm choosing over here, and it's a true gift to be able to work out by myself in the quiet and peace. It's fantastic. Okay, workout done. And when I get up and actually do a workout, I feel so much better. So the great thing also about yoga is that I'm not like super sweaty or anything. I can just get changed and wash my face and we're all good to go. I don't have to shower. So that saves me some time as well. So now I'm just taking some time for my self-care, which is something I've definitely neglected over the years, so that I can get ready for the day before my kids wake up. And then I still have a bit of time. Everyone seems to kind of be in bed still. So I'm gonna do the laundry that was drying overnight. I've really been moving away from using the dryer if I can help it. And things dry fairly quickly here. So I might as well just use natural mother nature, I guess. But yeah, you know, when I have the opportunity to wake up early, I always feel like I've set myself up for a really great day. And you just feel so accomplished when you still have the energy in the morning versus doing things later on in the day when you're trying to psych yourself up to work in the afternoon or work in the evening, when I think we should be winding down. So taking that time to get yourself set up for a morning is definitely worth it. You're not going to be able to wake up at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. or 5:30 if you're not prepared the night before. And it's kind of a cycle, you know, if you can get a lot of stuff done in your early morning when you're feeling strong and energetic, then the rest of your day you can just relax a little bit, be calm. That means you can wind down when it is actually bedtime versus when, you know, your cell phone tells you that you should go to bed. Because if you want to keep up this kind of lifestyle, you need to be going to bed like around 9-10 o'clock, which is kind of what we're supposed to do as human beings. Even earlier, we're supposed to rise with the sun and go to bed with the sun. Here in Austin, the sun rises kind of late as we get into fall and winter. So I do need to be waking up earlier than the sun in order to get stuff done before our day starts. But you get the idea, right? We're like roughly, you know, productive for 14 hours a day, and then starting to wind down for the rest of the 10 to 12 that we have. All right, I'm packing everybody's lunches into their bags just so that I have one less thing to worry about. Now my older kids do really help with this, and it does save me some time. But if I do have the time, sometimes I'll just do it. It's all about balance. You know, I do want them to do chores and things, but sometimes it's just quicker and easier for me to do it. It'll just make the morning go smoother. And especially when I'm solo parenting, I need to get them to school on time. I need to get all three of them out the door. So I need to do whatever I need to do to make that happen. As a busy mom, I often and have in the past felt like I'm running behind, like I'm a hamster on a wheel. There's always stuff to do. I'm never ahead of the game. And whilst that may persist whilst my kids are young going forward, I do think having a solid type of morning where you have time for yourself just to wake up without your child being your alarm clock, I think will just help you be more patient, have more grace for yourself and compassion, and just have a better day overall. So I would really encourage you, if you need to start waking up early like this, start going to bed early, prepare as much as you can the night before, and then slowly start to set your alarm 15 to 30 minutes earlier than you want. And you just gotta rip off the band-aid and do it, because no one wants to wake up early. Everyone wants to stay in bed for as long as possible, especially busy moms. All right, so now it is 7 and I need to go and wake up these kids because by some magic, they're not awake yet. I'm just taking a moment for myself, just checking what the day holds. If I have any messages, it's important to put that time into, because I know we all talk about how we're on our phones too much, but our phones, you know, dictate our lives. So we do need to set aside time where we're responding to messages. I think I was probably messaging my husband, who is somewhere else in this point. I don't know where he was, in New York, Boston, somewhere. And so I'm probably just saying good morning and that kind of thing. Now that I have a moment. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.